How's it going, my dudes? Welcome back to another video. So from yesterday's video, we are going to talk about the new event that is coming around the corner. This will be the co-op multi-boss challenge. I don't really know how many multi-boss battles were there so far. I think this is about the 4th rendition of it. But anyway, there will be 2 new armaments, which I'm going to showcase in this video. And yes, this channel is basically an armament showcasing channel right now. Not on purpose, it's just that the content is slightly dry. But without further ado, let's move on with the content. So the co-op challenge season 4. Yes, okay, it is the 4th season, I was right. It starts on the 31st of January at 4 PM. I believe this 4 PM references my time, so it's probably going to be the usual timing for you guys. And my time zone is GMT +8, so do take note of that. So these armaments are probably going to drop based on the number of co-op boss battles that you clear. As usual, it's always the same. Fully limit break it by completing 150 co-op battles. And here's the first armament, the Seahorse Thunderbolt. It is a 5-star thunder attribute. HP 635, attack 183, weapon skill. If self is a thunder character, when combo count reaches 40, own attack plus 25% up to 150%. Believe it or not, I generally feel that this armament is not bad for a Thunder Fever team, or maybe if you're running a Thunder Power Flip team, this is also going to be pretty good, because if you're running these teams, the units that you can bring in are usually very limited. I have not actually covered any of these teams on my own, but from what I do understand, it is a little bit difficult to implement a penetration unit, and therefore is a little bit more difficult to use a malted. But that's not to say that it's impossible to use a malted, and in fact, some of you guys probably already have the Durandal, which is the other version of the malted, which is I think a straight up 160% attack flat, just like that. You know what, let's just check it out. So we're gonna do !E Durandal. Let's see how much stat it gives, and it gives 140% attack. So to be honest, I think the Durandal is gonna be a little bit more powerful than the Seahorse, because there is no prerequisite requirement, right? And the 10% attack is probably nothing. And not only that, the Durandal also has slightly more attack. This is 183, the Durandal has 215. And of course 215 is not just a difference of 30 attack, you have to consider it being a multiplier on its own. So your armament attack power is also a standalone multiplier. So the Durandal is almost 20% more powerful than the Seahorse Thunderbolt. But probably some of you guys do not have the Durandal, just like me. I do not have the Durandal yet. I'm halfway there. But if you do have the Durandal, then I think this armament is not that useful. But anyway, moving on to the next one, the Pirate Tactic book. I think this book is slightly better than the Seahorse in terms of its utility. Let's take a look at the book. It's a 4-star armament with a HP of 451 and an attack of 130. Weapon skill: when a water character's skill activates, own skill damage plus 12.5% up to 150%. And when you achieve 30 combos, own skill gauge plus 20% for up to 3 times. So pretty straightforward. This is meant for a water skill damage team. It's not going to be useful for water direct attack, or rather its usefulness falls off a little bit, but the skill gauge itself, right, this second half of the armament is usable in a universal sense, so you can even use this in, let's say, a Thunder Barrack team, right? So your Barrack requires 100 combos to be fully efficient, and that would then allow him to get that 60% skill gauge boost. I'm not saying that this armament is like the perfect fit for him, I'm just saying that this is a really good use in that sense, because Barrack also misses out a little bit on the initial skill gauge boost. But yeah, I'm just saying that this armament is a little bit more universal and probably a little bit more useful. But anyway, that will be it for the showcase for today. These are the 2 new armaments. Let me know down in the comments below what your opinions on the 2 armaments. To me, I think personally they are a little bit more skippable. Well, I mean, there is really no reason why you want to skip them, but in terms of their usefulness, I think they are slightly on the lower end of the armament list. Right, like your water skill damage teams are probably quite weak right now. I mean, New Year's Elia is not exactly a very strong water skill damage unit. And then your Seahorse Thunderbolt, like I said before, it's easily outshined by just the Durandal, which is also a free-to-play armament. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. Subscribe for more World Flipper content. And this has been free to play, by the way. And as always, I will see you in the next video.